I tried watching your documentary before, but the only way I could watch it was on YouTube. But some people were talking over the whole thing. Are they the ones that stole it? Us. Guys. Jim and them. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. There are all these articles from his wife talking about all the money he's making for the divorce. She's over $20K in medical debt right now. She's a baker at a coffee shop in Canada.
That rules. That's my favorite detail.
He's like, I don't have any money. I can't give you anything. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I used to love you, but now I just have no money.
We were wondering. We were talking about this when this came up. We were like, we know Corey. We know Corey's very much full of himself. He doesn't want to admit anything that might be negative about himself. So we're like, is he going to just bite the bullet, though, and be like, I can't pay you anything because here's what I'm actually worth. I'm not worth shit.
Share your bank details, bro. Show us how liquid you are, bro.
Yeah. But some people think this is all part of the scam as well. They're like, no, he's stashing.
Jim.
Like, there are people in our chat, like, before we even went live, and they're like, he's got money in stocks. He's got value.
He's not liquid.
Yeah. Corey Feldman only has $34,000 in the bank, and he owes $192,000 to the IRS as Hollywood abuse victim battle. I like how they put abuse kind of in quotes there.
Yeah.
Hollywood quote abuse victim battles estranged wife in court. So he's revealed he only has $34,000 in the bank. He owes $192,000 to the IRS, despite being in the entertainment industry for decades. The 53-year-old entertainer is currently in a nasty court battle with his estranged wife. You're accused of making false and irrelevant tax on him, Radar Online can reveal. According to court documents, Feldman fired back at his estranged wife, Courtney Feldman's plea, where she requested $5,000 a month in support. That's actually not, I mean, again, it is ridiculous to pay anything, but like, again, going back to what we were talking about, like putting it more in, I guess, a Hollywood figures point of view.
Yeah, it's nothing.
I mean, it's still crazy to have to pay someone $5,000 a month if you don't have a child. Like, if there's no child, I mean, even if you did have a child, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah.
For literally nothing.
Well, she did have a child, Corey Feldman.
That's true. She raised him. She raised the little baby. The other point going back to this, again, is that, yes, she was in the goddamn band. She was the face of, one of the faces of the band. She was the Mangel. So she requested $5,000 a month in support. Feldman's ex claimed in the court's documents he makes $280,000 a month, which he denied. Rightfully so. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way.
Even the biggest Corey fan.
And even like
$280 a
residuals
month?
from big movies, little residuals from nothing, showing up at conventions, doing appearances on stuff. There's no way.
So yeah, if he was making $280,000 a month, he'd be pulling $3.3 million a year. Feldman's ex claimed, blah, 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 blah. 2023, the star reportedly earned $78,946 for the year, and he claimed that he makes around $35,000 per fan convention, which he does 3 to 6 per year. So is he saying he only makes, that's his only income is a fan convention?
Where else could he be getting money from?
I mean, he definitely sells cameos. He definitely,
Sure.
like, not a ton, but he's making money off of other things.
We saw him in the middle of doing a DoorDash last time. He's dashing.
However, he does not see the full amount of money after paying his team and other fees. All right, fair enough. I guess even if he went a few times, yeah, you got to break a piece off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is pretty funny if he really is pulling in like $78,000 a year, because that is just kind of like a guy.
Yeah.
That's just like a guy living in a neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There are people in this neighborhood right now that make more than that a year.
He's currently paying his ex $2,000 a month in support. He's requesting that to remain the same. His estranged wife is currently employed as a barista. No, you stupid fucking Radar Online.
Yeah,
she's a baker, you dumbass.
She's a fucking baker.
At a coffee shop. A bakerista.
She's making $19.82 a month in addition to the support. So she's got righteous bucks.
Righteous bucks.
She's pulling in
Damn
a
it.
$1,000 a month.
I was going to let you finish talking, and then I was going to say, hey, at least she's making righteous bucks, then you fucking beat me.
Righteous bucks.
She's pulling in a G a week. Feldman also claimed that Courtney is currently living in Canada and her medical expenses are covered by Canada's national insurance. Great point, Corey.
Yeah.
Didn't even think of that.
Oh, is he representing himself? He has a little soapbox he stands on.
Well, you know what I forgot to bring up too, and maybe people are talking about it now that Joker 2 is on demand. But in Joker 2, he does defend himself. Like, he fires his lawyer to become his own lawyer. And he does well, it's not just a Jeff bit. Like, it's an ongoing bit. But, like, the Southern, he does a Southern drawl as the lawyer.
I am simply a Southern lawyer.
He is like, well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Tell me, sir, is that your God-given name? Why, it sounds like a joke.
Okay, maybe I
If
like
you'll
Joker
give
too.
me a moment, I am simply a humble man.
And then what is like Lady Gaga like, hey, bigger spender.
Corey also addressed the $700,000 that Courtney said he was paid for a documentary. The actor said that was used to produce and market the movie, but the movie was a gross loan and is not being distributed. He said he presently has $34,000 in his bank account with no savings.
That also sounds true.
Yeah, but also kind of. But the holes in that are that he did not spend $700,000 on that movie. He definitely.
Yes.
Where she's more correct is because also that the money for that movie, everyone completely forgets, came from crowdfunding.
Yes.
He was living off of crowdfunding for years.
Like
it feels
9 different campaigns.
And so yeah, he pocketed most of that money, and I feel like as we always bring it up, we always think about how like. Why doesn't he just put the movie out? Actually, that's going to come up in a second. And it really comes down to I feel like he only shit that out to have something to show for those crowdfunding things that he did, where he just blew all that money.
Yeah. Well, and also, I think even he realizes that it holds no value anymore.
Yes. Yeah.
That like the only value it technically holds is withholding it, is so that people want it, because the second it's like Zach and Kelly on Saved by the Bell, man. Second they're an item, you don't give a shit about him anymore.
Let's see. So speaking of his documentary, I was going through his Twitter feed this week, and
I love that you're blocked and you're constantly reading his Twitter feed.
Yeah,
anyway.
no, totally, absolutely. So someone found his old tweet about the movie, his My Truth, the Rape of Two Corys documentary, and they were like, let's see. Oh yeah, is this going to be released for everyone to see? Because he had posted about it back in February of 2020, and he said, "You're a few years too late. It happened when the date on that post you sought out says it happened." He always has to be a dick about this shit too.
He's such a piece of shit about it.
He's a dick to someone that clearly is just like interested in what he's doing and has a legit question.
And literally, even if she was like in the know, that is a question we've asked 1,000 times. Is like, why doesn't he just do anything with it?
Exactly. It's a very simple, easy question. You would think like, oh, why is the movie not up anywhere? Why can you not purchase it? And she's like, well, why only then? Why only back in 2020 when you posted it? Well, Savannah, because they stole my film and they stole all the sales returns and streamed it themselves, charging my fans but keeping the money. Then running gaslight ops on me. Gaslight ops.
Gaslight ops. That's sick.
No one knows how to use the word gaslight anymore.
Kind of means psyop, I feel, right? He's like combining gaslight and psyop.
Any negative word can just be replaced by gaslight, apparently.
Gaslight ops sounds like a sick first-person shooter, though.
Yeah,
kinda.
it does.
Or like a really good Midwestern punk band.
Oh, yeah.
She says, can you sell it on your website? I'd be willing to buy a copy. I tried.
I'm trying to give you money all the time, everyone. He's like, no.
I tried watching your documentary before, but the only way I could watch it was on YouTube. But some people were talking over the whole thing. Are they the ones that stole it? Us. Guys. Jim and them. We stole it!
Real trap. If you buy a convenience store, stick your hand in the cash register. Go fuck
yourself.
That's fucking bars. Like that's got to be as good as it gets.
Yeah, surely that tweet is the best that it gets.
Surely we're not living rent free in this crow of a man's brain.
So she's
This crowish effage.
So as she said, are they the ones that stole it? And he said, They're part of it. Yes.
Yeah, we're
That-
part of it.
That is the face of evil in one of its many forms.
Face of evil. Face of evil.
Another flex bomb from the. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Yes. Why aren't we using these sounds more?
But
Fuck yeah. So once more, what's the quote?
The face of evil, and that needs to be in our description. But there needs to be another fucking T-shirt. Shout outs to Eric, by the way, for getting our what was that one? Podcast of Low Lives.
But the whole quote is good. Yes, that is the face of evil in one of its many forms. We're like one of the we're like Paimon. We're one of the demon.
What was great?
Lords.
Someone, because I posted a screen cap of this on our YouTube posts, and someone had a great point. They were like, "Jim and them is the face of evil," says a guy that was supposedly raped by men.
Yeah, and he defended a rapist. Yeah. The face of evil in one of its many forms. A YouTube commentary. Shout out to Eric.
Yeah, Eric has our Corey. What is it? She's slowly recovering, though a certain abusive people keep badgering her. They
are
think
funny.
they're funny. Some stupid podcast of lowlifes. Actually has the the self-thoughtlessness of purposely harassing sweet Heather while she lies in pain. Very sick individuals.
And it's funny because we haven't done any of this. We've done nothing. Eric sent a couple emails, and that's it.
What are the? Please, we want to give you $6,000. What are the faces of evil in its many forms?
Eric tried to pay him money. To cut custom money, and he's what an evil group of low life.
Since the dawn of time, this devil has been working his magic.
There's a special place in hell for these idiots. And then, now it's fucking face of evil in many forms.
We're the Fantasia devil to Corey. We pop
Chernabog?
up. We're Chernabog. We're the Chernabog of this whole operation.
I'd argue we're the Chernabog of the entire radio show game.
Yeah.
What's great is because that there's probably been things that have happened, and he'd be like, "Is this Jim and them?" Like someone probably sent in a cameo, or someone sent in something. On Cameo, an app for celebrities to make videos for fans, Feldman has claimed that he made $179,852 over the last 8 years. He then revealed he currently has $34,000 in the bank with no savings. Claims he earns $2,500 a month from being self-employed.
Dude, can you imagine if Corey Feldman, self-employed man, makes $500 more a month than Courtney Feldman, a baker at a coffee shop?
I'm unable to earn anything close to Marshall's standard of living. Oh, Courtney said. Sorry, wrong. I got that same voice.
Yeah, a little deeper.
Same thing. Hey, I'm unable to earn anything.
I'm a bakerista. I need $5K.
Her lawyer said Courtney, quote, supported Corey emotionally, and in his work since 2011, Courtney has been abandoned by Corey, and aside from under guideline support, has no home, no job, no vehicle, or money for medical expenses.
cowards.
So, I do think that it's probably mostly true. I mean, what he has. I don't think he's I'm starving on the street poor.
Sure.
But he's Hollywood poor for sure.
Do you think he had been lying to Courtney about how much money he made then?
Probably a little bit, and probably some of it is she's like, you know what? Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Well,
I had to deal with you for fucking...
Well, because she went to a court and said, here's the reasons why.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd just no, here's the thing. Maybe you embellish.
Yeah.
You round 178 up to 200, right? That's where the lie might exist. But she's not just going to say he makes $200,000 a month if he makes $2,000 a month. She's not going to move that many decimal points just unless she believes it, right?
Yeah, I mean, she also seems pretty dumb based off the stuff we've seen.
But that's a lot of decimals.
And I mean, I'm sure she also has, if she has a lawyer, she must have a lawyer. She probably has someone in her ear that's like, we got to do this. We got to do this, this, and this. I mean, I've looked up these Funko Pops. These are pretty lucrative deals here.
He looks like a supervillain. It looks like a woman's been kidnapped by a villain.
I mean,
he's typing data into one of those old calculators that have paper that come out of them. It's like he's making millions.
Didn't that happen to like Dave Foley, like the
yes,
the Kids in the Hall guy? He was
Yeah.
like, he was in a bunch of big movies and stuff, and he's like, it's the peak of where I was, but then me and my wife got divorced, and now to this day, courts enforce that I have to give her an absurd, impossible amount of money because we happen to get divorced at the peak of my wealth.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, it must be said that, yeah, the guys get fucked up the mouth and ass in divorce court. Because that's the thing is, like, we're always shitting on Corey, obviously. So we're shitting on Corey and kind of siding with Courtney. Where she wants money because we think it's kind of funny, but then we'll get commenters that are like, "Fucking greedy bitch."
She needs $5,000. She's a bakerista.
That bakerista, she makes only $500 less than Corey a month.
So Corey accused his ex of making false and irrelevant attacks on him, quote, which can only be characterized as legal extortion. Corey said he's been paying Courtney $2,000 a month. She requested $5,000. He said he did not live a luxurious life while married. He said they rented a home in Woodland Hills, California, with 3 roommates.
Was it just the other
There was
angels?
that guy. I mean, remember his the long-haired guitar player guy?
Oh, the pirate bass player.
Pirate bass player, guitar guy.
And the X5 podcast guy tried to be like, he doesn't live in his pool. It's like, yeah, he does.
Live in his
His
pool.
pool house, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, he does X5 podcast. Feldman stated, I do not receive any residuals which add anything significant to my income or savings. I mean, that's probably true. I mean, you always hear about how, actors get residuals. It's like a couple bucks here, a couple bucks
But with
there.
big movies, it's always way more.
You'd think, yeah. Recently revealed, Courtney submitted text messages from her estranged husband as part of the request for increased spousal support. She accused the actor of abandoning her while suffering from medical issues. In one of the text messages, Feldman asked his ex to send over copies of her medical bills and admitted it wasn't the best timing.
If you look at that picture, something in the background looks like the strand of hair he normally has. So I thought it was the strand of hair.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the background.
That's
That
his
does
Cleo.
look like he set that up.
It's actually a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube band if you look
Oh,
close.
yeah, it is. It's like an eyebrow or something. I think that we also accused the actor of abandoning his wife while she had medical issues.
Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. He had to at least come out and put himself on blast a little bit.
Except Spider-Man.
Now, I guess, does he get into any more detail on his massive debt? I guess I'm not surprised. It would probably just be out of incompetence, right? Like, I'm not claiming my money properly.
That's a regular celebrity thing. Like it hits the best of us. It hits people on accident. It hits people out of irresponsibility.
That's why he's a waiter at a Mexican restaurant. Why are these the only pictures they use?
Yeah, what is this event they were
He
at?
bakes guacamole at your table.
Yeah, he really feels like he should be like playing a guitar while like 2 guys behind him play horns.
It is funny that there's one of those fucking things behind them, one of those like air balloon people things.
Yeah, where are they?
But also, if I was making 35 to 40K per convention, I'd be like, all right, let's rack these fucking conventions up. Unless you're worried that that's going to devalue your appearance, maybe.
That is one of the things that oftentimes you can claim value based on how often you go and where you go.
Yeah. Oh, no. You know what's hilarious then? It's so funny because it sounds like he really is not going to make anything off of Loserville.
Low serve ill. Low serve ill, and that's what we call it, by the way.
But it's like, it's like you hear the same thing about, oh, you play the Super Bowl halftime show, you don't get paid for it, but you make money indirectly. But it's not like Corey's even going to make money. Like, he did get a lot of exposure, but not like cool exposure that's going to turn into, streams or sales.
Yeah.
Maybe some goof shirt purchases. If he threw those fucking Stand By Me ears back up, us and our listeners would buy those motherfuckers up so quick.
He would
Imagine-
make 8K easy.
Imagine if his people didn't think that everyone trying to buy a Funko Pop was us.
Exactly.
They might actually sell one or two of them.
Oh, maybe that's a genius strategy. He's not buying the stuff because then that would show on his income.
Ah.
Well, and he's also he's not making enough to be able to turn down our Funko Pop purchase requests. So
We're becoming undeniable
Well,
to Corey.
and all the ones that aren't ours.
He said he has no stocks or bonds
Dope.
Oh, I don't have any war bonds.
and
Shit.
only listed the $34,000 under his real property. So he doesn't even own a house from. That's fucking wild. That shows how like
He has $42,000 at Capital One.
Well, he's turning. He's getting those miles.
Yeah, we didn't see that before. Yeah, he owes 42 grand to Capital One and another 192,000 to the IRS. A hearing on Courtney's plea is set for later in the month. But it's wild to think that I know there's definitely some stuff that happened where his parents took a bunch of his money when he was a kid.
Sure.
So he did get fucked in some respects. But like there was definitely times in between where I'm sure he had a few decent paydays.
The Burbs.
From the chat, low serve bills.
Whoa.
Good job.
Ill.
Good job. Just the letter I.
Jim, play something great for that. Play a sounder that changes the game.
It's the Ant-Man, the boy blue, Sarah's hubby, former child actor Corey Feldman, Jake Spring, everyone's favorite cast of characters.
But yeah, it's just wild that he couldn't invest in something or buy some property.
You know what? No, you know the easy answer? He thought he was with his music career.
Oh, yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, he's a phony and a liar and a weirdo, but I believe in my heart that he thinks that his music is important and matters and is a big part of his life. And so I think that he would honestly, like, if you could, like, meet a genie and be like, make him be honest. Like, he's not allowed to lie for a day and I get to be in a room.
Explodes.